Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jaya udirayet nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki durlabho manusho deho dehinam shanabhangurai tatrapi durlabam manye vaikuntha priya darshinaha Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna. So we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 24. This is the last chapter of Canto 8. And Sudhir Prabhu coordinated the last reading, which was on Friday, I believe. Yes, it was on Friday. So we read till text number 6, I believe, right? We read till text 6. So we can continue from the next verse. This chapter is entitled Matsya Avatar, the fish incarnation. Matsya means fish. Meena Sharira. Keshavadhrita. Meena Sharira. Keshavadhrita. Narahari Rupa. Meena Sharira. Jaya Jagadisha Hari. Keshavadhrita. The Lord Keshava, Krishna, is taken in the form of Meena or fish. But it's not that every fish is Supreme Lord. So the Lord, whether he comes in the form of a fish or a tortoise or a boar or he'll appear tomorrow in the form of Narahari, Narshingadev, half man, half lion, or Hayagriva, the horse necked, or Kurma, or Manvantara, or Mohini Murti, any male, female, animal, boar, any form he takes, that's transcendental. That's a very, very important point here. It is transcendental. It is not just an ordinary fish. Oh, I have a fish aquarium and I have so many lords in my home and that is my worship. That is not the right way. Any fish is not Matsya Avatar. Any boar is not a Varahadi. Okay, let's see this one. Asidātīta kalpante Brahmo nemittiko layah Samudro papalutastatra loka bhur adayo nripa. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. O King Parikshit, at the end of the past millennium, at the end of Brahma's day, because Lord Brahma sleeps during the night, annihilation took place and the three worlds were covered by the water of the ocean. Hare Krishna. So we have discussed this point that Brahmaji's daytime is when the secondary creation happens, and in the night time, except for the few upper planets, all the planets are covered with the water of ocean, referring to which water? Karunadakshayi Sagar or Garbhodakshayi Sagar or Shirodakshayi Sagar? Who can answer that?
Garbhodakshayi Sagar Prabhuji?
I think Karnadakshayi.
This is the Garbhodaka ocean, because Brahmaji's place is still there in a few upper planets. So the Garbhodaka ocean level kind of pops up, and all the lower planets, including the Bhutala, is covered in the partial annihilation. So that's the water at the night time of Lord Sri Brahma. Okay, let's see. Text number 8. Someone who hasn't read. Yes, Vipul Prabhu, you want to read?
Sure, Prabhuji. Hearts and devotees, downward pranam, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. Text 8. Kalena gato nidrashayo dhatu shishayur ishor boli mukhoto nihishran vedan hayagrivo nitto harat. Translation by His Divinities A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Vijay. At the end of Brahma's day, when Brahma felt sleepy and desired to lie down, the Vedas were emanating from his mouth, and the great demon named Hayagriva stole the Vedic knowledge. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So Hayagriva is also a demon as in the form of a lord also. They are two different personalities. But in this situation, we are talking about the demon who stole the Vedas. And Vedas are coming from the mouth of Brahma. Interesting, right? When Brahma, look at his body is made up of pure intelligence. Now our body is not made up of just earth, water, pure intelligence body. So, and Brahmaji is a great Mahajan, not an ordinary conditioned soul. When an ordinary person is lying down, what is coming from his mouth? Maybe some bad smell, maybe some bad words, maybe some snoring sound. What else? Right? Look at Lord Brahma. The Vedas are emanating, isn't that amazing? But so Hayagriva stole this. So let's see what happens. Yes, Aparna Mataji, please, want to read? Yeah, please unmute yourself and you can read.
ज्ञात्वा तद हरे कृष्णा ज्ञात्वा तद दानवेन्द्र सह ग्रीवस्य चेष्टितम् दादर सप्री रूपम भगवान हरि ईश्वर Purport translation because everything was induced by water to save the Vedas, it was necessary for the Lord to assume the form of a fish. Hare Krishna. Back to you.
I think we missed the translation. Can you please read that as well?
Because everything was inundated by water to save the Vedas.
No, the translation, I think it is the purport, right? This is the highlighted part.
I got it. Understanding the acts of the great demon, Hayagriva, the supreme
Krishna.
understanding of the great demon Hayagriva, the supreme Godhead, personality of Godhead Hari, who is full of all opulences, assumed the form of a fish and saved the Vedas by killing the demon. Hare Krishna. Is it right?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So you know this part.
Prabhu, there is a purport.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
purport is
she
also.
read it before.
Should I read?
I think you read it earlier before the
I read
translation.
it prior.
Yes, that's fine. Thank you. So the Vedas, book of knowledge. Veda means book of knowledge. Vedas have all types of knowledge. We have discussed this, that, but in the wrong hands they will misuse it. It's like, therefore that's what's happening in modern day also. Find tools in the use of misguided people, like devotees give this example, guided missiles, but misguided people will lead to destruction. And that's what we see every day, pretty much. Guns, weapons are so easily available in US and pretty much the whole world. Therefore, shootings are happening because people's mind are misguided. Similarly, the mind of the demoniac means misguided mind. When the knowledge is given to a misguided person, they will misinterpret and misuse the knowledge in the wrong way. Therefore, the Lord incarnated as the fish incarnation to retrieve the Vedas back. So the Lord has Hayagriva. Griva means neck. So the demon with the horse-like neck. That's a literal meaning of this verse. I want to also share this Jayadeva Goswami's Dashabdar Stotra, so you can all try to maybe learn. Pralaya payodhi jale dhritavan asi vedam vihitavahitra charitra akhedam keshavadhrita meena sharira jaya jagadisha hari. Jaya Jagadish Hare, Jaya Jagadish Hare. Let's see the translation. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a fish, Meena Sharira. Jaya Jagadish Hare, all glories. This is the last line. You easily acted as a boat in the form of a giant fish, just to give protection to the Vedas, which had become immersed in the turbulent sea of devastation. Pralay Payo Nidhi. So, in the time of Pralay, referring to the partial Pralay, not the complete annihilation, Pralay Prayo Pralay Payo Nidhi Jale Dhritavan Asivedam Vihita Vahita Charitra Akhedam. So the Lord incarnated to protect the Vedas and the fish incarnation. All glories to the Supreme Lord. So we can try to memorize that verse as well for those who feel inspired. So now we move on to the next verse. Pravir Prabhu, are you in a position to read?
Prabhuji, just one curiosity is that the Vedas were emanating from his mouth. Is a sound form of Vedas we are talking about here?
Very difficult to answer that question. End of Pralay, Brahma's previous day. I don't know So I'll not speculate. Sometimes it is said that when Garuda flaps his wings, the Vedas sound come. That's also we have discussed. So this is we're talking about way back. We're not talking about this Manvantara. We're not even talking about this Chatur Yuga. We're talking about almost 1 billion years back. So I'll not speculate, but in some form, for sure, sound seems to be the most. But it could be books also, right?
Okay, no problem.
This one we have 4 Vedas in the past. Like first we had the 1 Veda, and then Vyasadeva expanded into 4. You know that as well. But this is the current version, or the current, as we know that there are different Bhagavatam in different places. So it may not be wrong to be. We don't know. In the past, there may be maybe 10 Vedas, 20 Vedas, 200 Vedas. So that information is not given, so I'll just keep it there. If anyone has more updates or information you want to share from bona fide sources, feel free.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Radhana Swami says that when the Vedas were stolen, it was basically that sound vibration was stolen by the demon. And another place, Radhanath Swami said that it was even Brahma's intelligence can be bewildered. And I'm trying to find that source, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavats. Back to you.
Prabhuji, I have a question. If the Vedas are in the form of sound vibration, then why Lord has to take the form of a fish to go inside the ocean? So if it's the sound vibration, what is the connection between the fish and the sound vibration?
Welcome to the world of understanding, Lord.
Mataji, we read yesterday that even fish incarnation appears twice. One time it appeared when Hayagriva stole the Vedas, and the second time he appeared as Satyavrata, and Satyavrata's pastime we will be reading.
Yeah, text 10 starting. Yeah.
Some leelas we have to just nourish from the heart, with our heart. With our minute intelligence, it will be too much to comprehend. So I'm not trying to kind of push you away from asking questions. Asking questions is good, but some questions, even with the Brahmaji, with the quad-core processor, it's hard for him to understand. Not to speak of ordinary jivas. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to next few verses. Prabir Prabhu, you want to read the verse?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Text 10. Tatra Raja Rishi Kaschin Namna Satyavrata Mahan Narayana Para Atapat Tapasa Solila Sano. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. During the Chakshusha Manvantara, there was a great king named Satyavrata, who was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Satyavrata performed austerities by subsisting only on water. Purport: the Lord assumed one fish incarnation to save the Vedas at the beginning of the Swayambhuva Manvantara. And at the end of the Chakshusha Manvantara, the Lord again assumed the form of a fish just to favor the great king named Satyavrata. As there were two incarnations of Varaha, there were also two incarnations of fish. The Lord appeared as one fish incarnation to save the Vedas by killing Hayagriva, and he assumed the other fish incarnation to show favor to King Satyavrata. Hare Krishna Prabhu. So here, as you are explaining, actually, God's activities, his pastimes, all are inconceivable. Prove back to you, please. You explain more. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So, I think Mataji shared this point that as Varadev appeared twice, and Prabhupada mentions in that purport, I remember, that he can appear in any Manvantara. He doesn't have to take our permission. Can I come? He can appear from anywhere. He can appear in the red form, the white form, yellow form, in multi-form, and a rainbow form. He doesn't have to take our. He's a big Gesvara. But here talking about this verse specifically. So one at the end of the previous day of Brahma, as Brahmaji was kind of putting his alarm, going to bed, then or beginning of Swayambhu Manu, that's the first Manvantara. So, or you can say Brahma's previous day. But this one, we are talking about the fresh day of this current day. Satyavrata Muni, in this current day of Brahma, which is going on, Chakshusha Manvantara, referring to, was the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which Manvantara is it?
6th.
7th, Prabhuji.
6, 7. Okay. Anyone more option? You have 14 devotees. One will be certainly right. Any more guesses, attempts? Actually, Mishra said it correct. It's 6th. Who is the 7th? What is the 7th Manvantara?
Vaivasvat Manu.
Yes, Vyavasva. This is a current one going on. So in short, this pastime, which we are going to read now in more detail, happened in 6th Manu. So that reference is there. And that too also, it's mentioned specifically at the end of 6th Manvantara or Chakshusha Manvantara. Okay. To favor his devotee King Satyavrata. And it kind of shows a nice way. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sachamya paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yoge yoge. To kill the demoniac people like Hayagriva, the Lord came, and to give favor to his devotee, paritranaya sadhuna, the Lord comes. Sadhus like Raja Rishis, Satyavrata Muni. This Muni is not the same as who wrote Damodarashtakam. This is that Muni is wrote. also is Satyavrata Muni, which we sing in the Damodar Mass. This king is way back in the previous great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So interesting word is used here. Tatra Raj Rishi. Generally we use Rishi. Whenever we say the word Rishi, what will come in our mind? Maybe a saintly person with saffron robes and holding a kamandalu, right? Isn't that a typical image which will come in our mind? But Shastras often use the word Raj Rishis because they are kings. At the same time, the word used is they are great devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana Paraha. Narayana Para Sarve Nakutashanam Bhedyati Swarga Pavarga Narkeshu Apitulyath Darshanaha. That's the Narayan Paraha, or one who has taken shelter of Lord Narayan completely. It's not easy, not they are Mahan Narayana Paraha, not just ordinary. Mahamuni, Maharaj Rishi, very, very extraordinary devotee. Therefore, the Lord comes to please such devotees. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu's killing Hiranyakashipu was not the main purpose of the Lord to come. He could have done that by any of his agents. But the main purpose was Prahlad Ahlad Dadaini, to give pleasure to Prahlad. Prahlad Ahlad Dadaini. So he's coming tomorrow, so we can be ready for his appearance and pray that the Lord appears in our heart. And I shared a verse which we're doing in the kids' class also. Oh my Lord, please appear in my heart, Avir Bhava, with your Vajra Nakha, with your Vajra Damshtra, thunder like nails, thunder like teeth, thunderbolt like nails, very, very strong and sharp. Please destroy my ignorance, Tamo Grasa Grasa. Destroy my desires for fruitive work, fruitive so-called material enjoyment. Just destroy all that. Karma Ashriyam Randya Randya. And give me fearlessness, abhayam. From what? From this material world. Atmani bhuyishta om shrom. Very nice verse. You can try to memorize. Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 8. Prahlad Maharaj is speaking that. So, we will pause here. Tomorrow is Narshin Chaturdashi. For those who want to see the Abhishek and class and everything, you can tune into the Lachua ISKCON Temple channel. There will be morning programs. Then there will be the 8 o'clock Bhagavatam, followed by Abhisheka. And then evening from 5 p.m. there will be Yagya, also Homa, chanting of 108 verses, etc. So yeah, please try to tune in as much as possible. So we'll pause here. Grantharaj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.